And to touch off Bridge. Top for Stanley. Killed him with the left boot. That was easy enough for Paul Ocon. North's clearance, touched by Coveney. And neatly done by Mark Bridge. Beautiful work, and it set Coveney away on the right. Rudin in attendance. Coveney's shot. Yeah, not too far away for the Jets. First real clear-cut chance, and it was all down to that excellent work just shy of the halfway line by Mark Bridge. Ball breaks kindly for Corica. Stevie Corica. Well, despite the ease of the crowd, I think Ben Kennedy watched that one all the way. Alvin Checkley, who still owns the newsagents in Wollongong, as well as being a professional footballer, he's a busy man. Occasionally finds time to play for Australia as well, of course. Now Milton Rodriguez. Oh, that's a wonderful ball with the left boot. Nicky Carl shrugs off one challenge. Still Carl. Nicky Carl. Now Jade North has been pickpocketed on that left-hand side by Brosk. Infield for Strilic. Held up momentarily. Oh, and then Milligan went to ground. Play on, says the referee, and then awards a penalty for the foul on David Strilic. And Sydney have a golden opportunity to open the scoring. And I have to say that was really good refereeing by Matthew Breeze, because he played the advantage, and now Sydney do have the advantage.
Was great refereeing from Matthew Breeze. There was a terrible foul really on Mark Milligan, and he went flying. But he played the advantage, and as Strilic broke, he awards the penalty to Sydney, so it's great refereeing.
Well, it's going to be Steve Corica, the man who had the goal disallowed last weekend against Perth, against Kennedy. 1-0 Sydney. Well, the strike last week didn't count. This one does. And the Cove can celebrate. Terry Butcher can smile. Sydney have their noses in front.
And balance of play, well, certainly on possession, you might say deserve it, but really it's Newcastle who frustrated them. And they really hadn't had a chance to score, and one time Sydney did break, they give away the penalty, but they've had the best chances, Newcastle, and Theodorakopoulos won't be happy. It's the perfect penalty, you don't stop those.
Came off the top of Kohler's head, and it's an awkward one, and Strilic over the top, it's 2-0! David Strilic for Sydney FC, and again, it's a dreadful mix-up at the back for the Jets, and inexperience perhaps has cost them a second time, and Sydney are perhaps halfway to a second win of the season.
Well, it's just a ball over the top, and it's not dealt with. It's a great header from Paul Kohler. And there's Andrew Durante. Really, maybe he's waiting there for Ben Kennedy. Ben Kennedy comes halfway, gets caught in no man's land. David Strilic trying to pull it down, but there's Ben Kennedy off his line.
Nothing wrong with recycling quotes. I do it all the time. Here's Milton Rodriguez. This is promising for the Jets. He goes for goal. Thumps into the advertising hoardings.
Yeah, again, it was the wrong option.
As we get confirmation that's just the 1 minute of additional time.
I guess when you go down and having had a good start to the game, and then you concede 2 goals like that, as a player, you tend to overdo it, wanting to do well, maybe try and beat the extra man, but really you need to just play it simple at times, keep possession.
Now, Nicky Carl opens up for him on the left, good ball in, here's Milton Rodriguez! Fantastic goal for the Jets! And that one does pay off. Wonderful interplay by the two men with the South American heritage, and Milton Rodriguez announces his arrival to the rest of the Hyundai A-League.
Well, it's a wonderful goal from Rodriguez, well played by Nicky Carl, feeds him, but this goal's all about his first touch. It's a great first touch which sets it up. Clint Bolton had no chance. Here it comes. This is the ball played in, good play by Griffiths. He gets in behind, he gets up, he knows where Rodriguez is, but look at this first touch. And it sits up nicely for him.
Corica's corner. And Kennedy always seemed to get there and clutch the ball before dropping it. Another worrying moment at the back for the Jets. Sasha Petrovsky just making a nuisance of himself, trying to get between Durante and Ben Kennedy. They've got enough problems of their own communicating with each other. Now might drop from McFlynn. Oh dear. Interesting tactical battle on the sidelines as well going on. Nick Theodorakopoulos, we know, is very much one of those coaches that loves the sparring down on the touchline, and there's a wry smile there as Mark Rudin has words with Matthew Breeze.
I think Mark Rudin feeling he should have had the free kick. Rodriguez looking at the ball, really.
In fact, Rudin, I think, has been shown the yellow card. Meantime, free kick's taken. Oh, and it's squeezed in! Milton Rodriguez has scored again, and it's 2-2 at Aussie Stadium. Well, the Colombian goes off to celebrate with the squadron behind the goal, and what an impact this man has had. But I tell you what, it's not a strike that Clint Bolton will look back on with any fondness, because he's been beaten at his near post.
Now it goes down as a goalkeeping error. There was the quick free kick played. Joel Griffiths plays in Rodriguez, and he shoots going for the near post, and it sneaks under the body of Clint Bolton.
I'll tell you what, Mark Rudin's got to be careful, because of course he's already had a red card once this season. He's only just back from suspension, and confirmation that a few moments ago he did pick up the yellow card. It's the Jets with their tails up at the moment. Another real chance, Durante! Oh, that should have been 3-2.
What a chance. Fell to Durante on his left foot, and he skies it.
Well, we're really set for a very intriguing final quarter at Aussie Stadium. Remember, Sydney FC have never beaten Newcastle Jets in the Hyundai A-League.
Well, it's Newcastle on top at the moment. They have the momentum.
Oh, it's a straight red card. Unbelievable. Steve Corica, obviously something he said to Matthew Breeze, and it's a straight red, and it goes from bad to worse for Sydney FC. Steve Corica, the man who opened the scoring from the penalty spot, gets his marching orders.
Well, that's exactly what Terry Butcher didn't need, and it's just a lack of discipline from Steve Corica. Uncharacteristic, you'd have to say, from him. There's obviously something been said to Matthew Breeze, and it was all to do with the free kick awarded against him.
Now Rudin. That's neatly done by Milligan. Needs a good ball towards Drilic, and just couldn't get the direction.
Yeah, closed down well by Jade Norton. Good return by Jade Norton. Theodorakopoulos happy to have him back. Good strike.
It looks very much as though the spoils are going to be shared at Aussie Stadium. Unless perhaps the Jets can conjure something up here. Bridge. Matt Thompson, round one challenge, still Thompson! Oh, smacks off the crossbar, and then Griffiths, Milton Rodriguez is in there, and Sydney FC somehow survive. It's been a very, very entertaining game. Maybe it's not yet over. Nicky Carl sets it up! Oh, and Bolton was alive, and made a smart stop down to the left.